What's up, Internet? We are here in a really nauseating aspect ratio. I apologize for that, but we're going to have to tweak that a little bit just so that this would fit properly on screen. I apologize. We are here discovering what the hell this little game over here, Shock Troopers, is. And that name is actually kind of misleading for this video because I actually know exactly what Shock Troopers is, and I'll just spoil it right now for you. It is the singular best goddamn Neo-Geo game ever made. The reason why I have this and the reason why I'm reviewing it is, well, first of all, I already know what this game is, and I'm quite fond of it, and I can pretty much tell you exactly everything you need to know about it, which makes kind of me already pretty well adept at reviewing it. So it's really just a matter of collecting footage. Also, I can't currently sleep, and I'm full of really, really cheap macaroni, so I need something to do until I fell sleepy. But I, like pretty much anyone out there who likes video games, kind of one day aspires to own a Neo-Geo. I mean, at this point, I would settle for like a Neo-Geo CD or like a Neo-Geo Pocket at this point. But, you know, I played the Neo-Geo SNK collection on the PSP, which is like the worst way to play it, but it had Shock Troopers and it blew my mind because this game is just that damn good. And weirdly enough, nowadays there's all these Neo-Geo releases out there digitally like this one, but they never go on sale. And weirdly enough, there's like a new collection out there from SNK that contains all of, I think, one Neo-Geo game, which makes you question what the entire point was. Sort of like that Neo-Geo Volume 0 SNK collection that had no Neo-Geo games on. And that's why they stopped at Volume 1. They did a Volume 0, it didn't work. But anyway, we're going to play some Shock Troopers because, I mean, it was on sale, which is weird, despite the fact that they've got so many of these. Like, seriously, I think there's probably about 100 or so available digitally now. For whatever reason, they never go on sale. Last week, they did, and it was Shock Troopers that was on sale. And I was like, yup, I need that in my life. Because that is just the best Neo-Geo game of all time. So we're going to be playing this, and I'm going to be having fun for a little bit. We're going to play original English mode, because I don't know what the difference between the Japanese mode is. Again, we're still kind of in a wonky aspect ratio. I'm sorry about that, but that should be fixed right about now. Also, I don't know how well that was picked up, but goddamn, that Neo-Geo opening song is just so good. Okay, we're gonna play some Shock Troopers. Hell yeah, Shock Troopers. Also, we can add as many quarters as we like, which is nice, because that means we can play for as long as we like. Now, this game is basically an Ikari Warrior style game. It's a top-down running gun shooter. What's really interesting about it, and I don't know what any of these actually correspond to on a controller, so that'll be fun to figure out. We got infinite quarters, so it doesn't really matter much. Come on, there we go. Now, there's actually two modes. There's Team Battle and Lonely Wolf, and both these are single-player modes, but Team Battle basically has you go through and select multiple playable characters, whereas Lonely Wolf is just one. And all these characters, we'll just immediately hop to my girl Milky because she's the best character, but all those modes, all the characters play a little bit differently. And we got 3 different routes, so we'll take the mountain route to start with anyway. I might swap up if we actually manage to beat this game. But all the characters play a little bit differently. They all have different guns, they all have different grenades. They also all have completely different melee weapons. I think what is the melee button? Oh yeah. It's get really close and try to shoot your opponent, and you'll just melee. And what makes my character so interesting is she actually gets a handgun. Because that's fair. But I saw Shock Troopers, I saw it was on sale, I was like, yup, there's no way I'm passing that up. Oh, the truck explodes. So many different weapons. Oh, the details. Okay, what's the, that's the button I was looking for. Now, you get more points if you melee, and I think you get, like, invincibility frames while you're meleeing. And because my character has, like, a gun, she can actually just melee at, like, point-blank range, and actually even further than that, whereas everyone else has to be literally, like, right next to their opponent. What? So this is basically if you took Ikari Warriors and made it not annoying to play. Because you're basically making like a almost sort of, for lack of a better term, like Metal Slug variant. It's like just hyper stylized and goofy. And it's amazing because it's Shock Troopers. Also, I love the yelling as they man, I'm not gonna lie. This was probably the one thing I played on the SNK Neo-Geo collection the most back in the day. It was like the only thing I played. That and Samurai Showdown. Even though I'm terrible at fighting games, like that's the one I'll play. Like this is, again, I've only played like one or two Ikari Warrior style games I liked, and Shock Troopers is one of them. I'm not saying I'm good at it, but that's what we've got infinite coins for. Combat roll. Of course, you get more points if you melee, so you should, but at the same time, you know, that puts you in a greater risk. So let's not do that if we don't have to. Whoopsie. I don't care, I've got unlimited lives. I'm just doing this to get footage. And to play the best Neo-Geo game of all time. It's kind of weird, I mean, there were like console ports of a lot of Neo-Geo games, and don't get me wrong, they were all pretty much terrible. Comparatively, anyway. This never got one, which is weird. I think this one should have gotten like a port or something. But, man, is this game fun. And with multiple routes, that means you can try so many different things. You can swap up your characters. There's some kind of plot, presumably, that I don't care about. Because, I mean, there's Shock Troopers to be played, and not dealing with story is good. But, you know, it's good. It's if you took an arcadey Ikari Warrior style game and you made it awesome, and my cat is still scratching at my door. Please come in, please. Be quiet, Mr. Cat. Who is never either of those things. I think this man is part gorilla. He's part of like the half animal, half man tribe of people that's trying to take over the Earth. I think that's the plot of this game, or some nonsense. But each route is completely different, featuring completely different levels, which means that you really do have to play this game at least 3 times. And I mean, there was a sequel to this, although from what I played, which isn't much admittedly, it wasn't all that good. Comparatively, certainly. But I mean, you went from Shock Troopers to something that wasn't Shock Troopers. It's just not going to be quite as good, let's just be honest. Whoop. Oh no! Yes. Nah, we're gonna go through the game as Milky because she's awesome. Because handguns somehow constitute close-range combat. Ooh. Oh, thank you. Ah. But the neat thing about all the characters is they have different sprite sizes, so some are going to be bigger than others, which are a little bit harder to dodge and stuff, whereas others are a little bit faster. It's really interesting just to see how different they tried to make the characters, and just how detailed this game is. But of course, it's a Neo-Geo game. It's going to be some of like the cream of the crop of all arcade games. Come on. Shoot at an angle. I know you can do it. There you go. Gotta admit, this control scheme is a little awkward to get used to, but you know, you're trying to basically take what was an arcade stick and very large buttons and cram them onto a controller. there's going to be a little bit of an awkwardness to it, I think. I think it worked pretty well on the PSP, but I'm not gonna lie, if I can say one thing about this game, it really could just use it, like aiming with a second stick. Like, that would just make things so much easier. Because it's one of those games where it's like you start shooting and you just seem to stop. And it's a little bit awkward. Bananas, bananas, bananas. Yeah, bananas. Okay, we can't shoot the birds. We can shoot these guys, though. I'm betting I can't combat roll up here. Oh, yes, I can. Sorta. Neat. Oh, God. I wonder where she pulled that from. Jump. Jump. I'm just glad this game is so readily available nowadays. Like, it was available on the PS3 for the longest time, too. And of course, it's on the PS2, Wii, and like PSP. Ah. It's just such a good game. This is just like a great pick up and play game, especially if you love arcade games. Oh no! Fortunately, we saved all of our grenades. That's gonna make things a little bit less stressful. Ooh, but the bosses are gonna make it more stressful because arcade games. Oh, that was just mean, dude. Yes, to both of those things, please. Whoop, whoop. Silly person. You can't defeat us, we're the shock troopers. You know, I think that's one of the things that frustrates me is the fact that there's so many Neo-Geo games available as like arcade downloads for pretty much any console nowadays, and yet they never go on sale. It's so weird. And I mean, hell, these ones went on sale and it was still like $6 each, which is still about half off, but still, you know, it seems a little bit much. I mean, if they just wanted to knock down every Neo Geo game to like a couple bucks, I'd buy the entire library, honestly. I just love the Neo Geo so much. It's one of the coolest consoles that isn't the Sega Saturn. But of course, you know, no one had one back in the day because they were so ungodly expensive. Okay, lonely again. First playthrough, we'll just stick to our base character and style. After that, we'll work our way to team play or something. But, as these guys are indicating, there are like knives to melee attack your opponents with and stuff too. Of course, because you melee, you get like oh hey, we got an achievement. Not that I care much. But if you melee, you unlock little like gemstones, which give you a lot of points. And then I think if you just continually go for melee kills, you actually get like more and more valuable gemstones. There's a lot of value to just sticking with it, but at the same time, it's like a huge risk-reward thing. This game is just so good. Also, I've got like a giant space flamethrower. Oh no, but I'm on fire. You know, I know everyone loves Metal Slug, and I love Metal Slug too, but, you know, if I'm picking one shooter of choice on this thing, it's gotta be Shock Troopers. It's gotta be. How can you pick this over Metal Slug? Yeah, but, yeah, it gets a tank, but so what? I think this one's way better. There's our crazy space weapon. And here's my handgun. I bet you feel safe. The nice thing is, if you melee attack someone, it's an instant kill. Not for them, just for me. Because handgun. If she's in rough shapes, she actually gets a unique animation for it. That's actually really cool. And that's me missing the button for the dodge. I wonder if I can reassign the controls. Because I think we could probably do a bit better for the controls here. Especially for dodging. I think I look like a gun cannon. A little bit. Oh, ninja guy. A bomb, you say? I think we can use that. Uh-oh. You know, that's the nice thing, you can just sort of spam bombs if you don't use them. And I'm really bad at remembering that I even have them, so it's like... Or I'm playing badly. By about 20 different degrees of terrible, but still. Oh, now we actually get to fight this guy. Come on, this guy. Let's go. Love the spray work in the game. The explosions just look great. Like, even today, the Neo-Geo is just one of the most gorgeous machines out there. It's funny because there hasn't been a game made for it. Actually, that's not true. There were games made for it probably about 10 years ago. Because a lot of those games that were made for the Dreamcast, post its destruction, actually were on the Neo-Geo as well. That's how I know about stuff like Fast Striker. And I think Gunlord. Unique death animation because he was on fire.
Yeah, okay.
We will maintain mountain route. Because that's the nice thing, it's like, you can swap your route halfway through as well. Kind of changes things up a little bit. Yeah, it was sort of a damned if you do, damned if you don't sort of scenario. Let's avoid that. Ow. I just want to not be on fire. Is that really such a crime world? I mean, evidently so, because I'm now dead, but... Oh, that was cool. Oh, this game is never dull. I got the red jewel, you all explode. Oh, it's the red guys. I thought they were clever hiding in snowmen. Not clever enough to stop my flame bomb. Life up, thank you. There we go. Not leaving without those points. This guy seems kind of familiar. I don't know how you'd ever beat this game with like a 1 credit clear though. Like this just seems impossible, but you know, a lot of games people 1 credit clear seem impossible to me. Okay, there was no way I was getting out of that. Stop throwing grenades at me. It's really mean. Yes, I think we will continue. Because shock troopers. And also, I can play that game too, man. See how mean it is? It's really mean. Oh, the spriting in this game is just tremendous. I feel like we don't want to be in those vicinities of those. We're just gonna not be there. Now you all died. Because red jewel. Environmental destruction. They put so much thought and detail into this game. Probably gone with the other guns and the flamethrower, but flamethrowers are fun. I think you thought you were real clever pulling a knife on me, except you forget, I have a gun. What's that guy doing? Just giving us a little happy dance. The last thing he felt before he died was incredibly sheepish. Nope, let's not let's not get shot up too much if we can help it. It's the blue tank! It's totally different from that other tank from before. Oh, let's not be there. That was a foolish move. Now I have nothing but flame bombs. I kind of like the idea that the more you destroy the enemy, like, the stronger they get. Though. That's a concept that I've always sort of enjoyed. It means no matter what, it's going to be kind of more dangerous. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it means that the fight doesn't get, like, boring over time or anything. This guy's made out of rubber, it seems. Come on, I want to handgun you to death. Alright, enough playing around. I mean, just because I have unlimited continues doesn't mean I should waste them. Even though it might be fun to. If it weren't for the time limit, this could be a really easy way to get like a whole crap ton of points just by handgunning the infinitely spawning guys. Yay! We beat the guy! And thus ends our incredibly deep character arc involving that guy. Quit it. I mean, I've got a handgun, I can handle you, but at least come at me one at a time, so it's fair. You make it almost seem like this is an arcade game with arcade game difficulty. But with unlimited continues because reasons. That's the nice thing, I like that that's optional. Because, you know, I've played plenty of arcade games that it's like, okay, it's an arcade port, but because you could theoretically just play forever because you don't have to pay quarters, we're gonna, like, limit you to lives or something like that. Like, Kadash on the Genesis was like that. You only got, like, one continue in that game, and that made it brutally hard. But the actual arcade versions were brutally hard for a completely different reason, just because they were unfair. So adding a limited number of lives did not make it easier. I could have gotten a lot more points. Okay, well, we can take you out, that's no problem. That's just Shock Troopers in a nutshell. It's just awesome like that. We're just gonna bike onto a plane. Whoops, that's not the button. That's the button. I'm not finding a consistent way to continue after hitting that. I have to, like, hit 3 different buttons for it. It's weird. like these turrets very much. A lot more health than I care to live with. And having... I mean, ideally they'd have 0, that's the whole point, but, you know. Not how much they have, it's way too much. It's my first time playing one of those, like, Neo-Geo ACA titles for the digital market too, so it's interesting to see like what features it brings. The fact that you can play the English and Japanese version is kind of neat, I guess, even though I'm pretty sure like the actual cartridges were basically identical. Okay, no, it's, yep, that one. Now I gotta press, like, select on the controller and then R1, which is weird. Cinematic. Uh-oh. This guy's pulling out all the moves. He's got his own close range weapon. Nice. Oh no, you're too big. You need a smaller sprite. He punches too. Huh. I remember this guy being ridiculously difficult too. But of course, Neo-Geo game. That makes sense. It's not as bad as like a Neo-Geo fighting game, but let's be honest, they're hardly a walk in the park. But they're designed to not be a walk in the park. Again, select, not start. Or whatever these stupid buttons the Xbox One controller has, instead of a select and start button. I still don't know what the actual names of these buttons are. I just call them select and start. When I see like a little diagram of them in games, I'm so confused as to what the hell they mean. Ah. You know, if you're gonna just play like that, I can do that. Cinematic. Not trivia is not sure that's the right word for that statement. I get what you're going for, game, but I'm not sure you applied that quite yet properly. Just as I did, because talking is hard. That was the complete and total story of Shock Troopers in its entirety. Pretty much complete gibberish, but you know, it's a fun shooty game. What are you gonna say about that, you know? And the music playing right now kind of reminds me a little bit of something out of Blast Corps on the N64. There's a game with a great soundtrack too. Those are like all the characters you can play as too, minus 2 of them. That's, you know, for a game that's basically Ikari Warriors, that is an impressive number of playable characters. And they do actually play a little bit differently, which is interesting. That is some definition of ending. Also, poo, as exclaimed by the sign. Also, our game is over. Kameo Vera. Alas. Do you want to register? Yeah, what the hell. I mean, it's embarrassingly bad, I'm sure, but... Okay. So, plenty of credits. Let's play through it again. This time we'll do Team Battle. We'll start with our girl Milky, because why not? Go with Ryu and Big Mama. And you'll be able to see a little bit of how different they are. And we'll go through the Valley route this time, because it's a little bit different. Whoopsie. Oh, the environmental destruction, I love it. The frogmen! Life, yes please. If you want to get a true high score, of course, you have to go through like as many gems from mailing as you possibly can. Which adds a real tangible sense of danger and thrill. Oh no! This guy plays a little bit differently. For example, he doesn't have firebombs, instead he shoots arrows, which is stupid. He goes all Rambo on people's asses. How practical an explosion is that? It's okay, but not great. It has more range than the firebombs, that's for sure. It's also a bigger character who moves, I think, a little bit slower. Not significantly, maybe, but slightly. Shooting bombs out of midair. Oh, shock troopers, why are you so interesting? Ah, Shock Troopers is awesome. And this door is more or less going to be the same. I don't think we can skip it. Oh, we can. Hooray! Unfortunately, that gave me an excuse to try and get some water. Now I don't have that. Oh no, the flamethrower, it's slow! Uh-oh. I have a bazooka! It has a huge explosion, but it's kind of awkward to aim a little bit. Oh, the detail in this game is so pretty. Just punches him. I love Shock Troopers. It's awesome. Punch, 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 punch. Punch, punch, punch. Just gonna grab that, even though I don't even need it. Punch, 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 punch. Punch. Who needs a gun when you've got fists? And of course, this lady, she's slower and significantly bigger than our starting character, but she's got a lot more health. So there's like a significant actual difference between characters, which is really cool. I will go through the mountain behind this waterfall. Whoa, that's crap. Yes, of course we will continue. Whoopsie, wrong button. We'll go lonely this time, because I don't really like team play as much. I don't know who this is. We'll play as her. I think those are homing rockets. But like every other explosive weapon, it blows stuff up good, and that's the important thing. Oh, I missed my big punchy fists. Take the life up, thank you. I gotta have a knife, but I mean punchy fists were fun. So I feel really weak compared to the other lady. And not quite as agile or awesome as Milky. I don't have to waste the rocket if I don't need to. Damn it. Open up. I need to blow up your submarine. Stabby stabbies. I'm Shanky McGee. Plus full life up, thank you. Can I blow these up? Oh, I can't. Blow that up. That's how proud is good. Slashy. That guy just sitting on the nose of that plane. Weird. What's this guy? Oh, isometric, you're not helping. Game, you weren't made for isometric. I appreciate you trying to be, you know, innovative and stuff, but it isn't helping. Oh. Oh. You guys do have a huge amount of health. Oh, morning. Let's continue with the Valley route. She's so moody. I actually don't think I've ever taken this route. Oh, and she's dead. Her moodiness could not save her. Wrong button. Oh, let's play as the generic guy. Poster boy, Magoo. I'm big and kind of slow, but I'm also kind of average in every way. Therefore, there's no reason to really take me. Except to see what my explosions are. Neo-Geo, actually. But this is a Neo-Geo digital game on Xbox One. Although someday I hope to have an actual Neo-Geo to play this on, because, man, this is the best game for the system. It's so fun. Do not care for those grenades much. Get bonus points for slashing. I got a no damage buff, and now it's gone. Oh. Yep, I think it's a neat game too. It's a system that no one gets to play very often because, I mean, genuinely, who had a Neo-Geo? They were so bloody expensive. They've made bonus points for slashing. Frogmen! From this side. I'm gonna go without using all my explosives. It might be better to just go at an angle like this. Oh, shock troopers. You're never not boring. Wish you had more music. Like, your music's really good, but damn it, you only have like 4 songs. Oh, jetpack guys. Okay, good. Oh. Whoop. Yes, please. Oh no. Never gonna get used to that. Alright. Where was... Yeah. I just want to go punch things now. Also, flamethrower. Because rocket punching. It's the thing you do. I forgot how slow she is though. I would like that life though. Punch. I am mighty. Oscar, that sounds better. Oh yeah, it's the giant space flamethrower. I like this weapon. Oh, I want to get rid of this. It's like the best weapon. To go all the way up here. There we go. Punch. Ah. There we go. Have a life up energy drink. Rice ball, because rice makes everything more survivable. Uh-oh. Okay. These guys are doing things I don't really approve of, but they're doing them. Huh, that's one of you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That might have been a bad idea. What? Ah. Again, it's the other button plus R. I don't think I've played as this guy yet. Who plays this guy? Oh, that's an awkward. Explosive. Gas bombs. It's another tank. I've run into a lot of these guys. Other D bosses are not the best part of this game. Those gas bombs are good to take out those missiles, certainly. Oh! He does look a bit like a Ghostbuster, that's true. And he runs about as well as one. Yes! Oh, there we go. Alright, well, we're gonna use this guy, because we've not played as him yet. Oh, his explosives are boomerangs. That's stupid. He seems to have a lot of them. Yeah, for a game that's basically just Ikari Warriors, but really ramped up because Neo-Geo, they really went all out making this game amazing looking. And playing significantly differently with every character. Punch. This looks like something out of Metal Slug. Punch. ran away, the cowards. They're afraid of our awesome power of our fists. I don't blame them. They are mighty. Oh god, boomerang! Do a thing! Don't be the most useless explosive device ever. So basically, do what I don't expect you to do. Yeah, I could say this guy coming from Dragon Ball Z. Other than that guy. That guy looks like someone out of Dragon Ball Z as well. His penchant for boomerangs makes me think he might have been an extra in Crocodile Dundee, so maybe he's Crocodile DBZ. I think that's his official name now. Whoa! I'd like to not be there. But boomerangs. They're clearly the most effective explosive device ever. He doesn't even recollect them when he throws them. That's lame. And then, of course, this guy again. He's just gonna use his fist. Why does he need a sword? Come on, dude, let's go. Oh, he's glowing. Oh. Yes, we will continue. And we'll finish it off with generic guy, Milky, and her. Oh no, Generico! Aw, Generico saved the day. Oh man, the Neo-Geo is so good, and this is probably the best thing on it. This or Samurai Showdown. I know everyone loves Metal Slug, but no, it's gotta be Shock Troopers. Also, different ending for different character. the characters we selected on our team are actually there in the ending. That's pretty cool. That's attention to detail right there. And I'm not sure trivia should be there. Trivial matters, perhaps, but trivia, the way you phrase that, doesn't seem correct in terms of proper sentence structure. Aw, she was a mom the whole time. I guess they didn't just call her Big Mama for nothing. Oh, I can actually skip that too. Awesome. That part I will skip. Oh no, he'll be back in Shock Troopers 2, which I've never played. But I mean, it's... well, actually, no, that's not true. I did play it once briefly, but it just wasn't as good as Shock Troopers, because Shock Troopers is the best. Alright. This time we'll go Lone Wolf again, and we'll start with Milky because I just love that her melee is a handgun, and we'll go to the final route. No, it's an arcade game story for a shooter. I mean, it might as well be just some, like, essay for like, some kind of children's writing contest. Oh, how I love that she has a handgun for melee and is the fastest character, but I do not care for the fact she dies in 2 hits. Give me something to eat, please. They ran down the cliff. Oh, Neo-Geo, you're so amazing. Oh god. This seems like a less than ideal situation. Admit having a handgun as a melee weapon doesn't help much in this situation. But it's just amazing, like, how much detail they put into this, just in terms of, like, how the characters are all played kind of differently. Bananas! They heal you! Are delicious, and you get a friend who's a monkey because you ate them. Got the life up. Oh no, those poor people that I just kind of ruined them. you know, ever having a chance at healing up properly. They got dropped in their cast. I feel bad about that. Whoa! Okay, calm down, guy. Just doing their exercises. I kind of caught them off guard, didn't I? They're expecting me to play as someone slower. He runs away, the coward.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, this level. This is probably my favorite level. Because it's so different from the others. And they still incorporate the invincibility roll in ducking. That somehow protects your entire motorcycle somehow. Dead. Wrong button. Alright, we'll go lonely, and I think we'll go back to Big Mama because she can punch things. Also, that guy can run about the speed of a car. That's impressive. Oh, shock troopers. You're just so interesting. Punch. But I've got significantly more health than anyone else. I fear not your damage. Oh. I just want to unload. You may pin me against the wall, but I have a bazooka. Save the monkey. He shares our love of bananas. Oh. They're scared of her. That's why they stopped firing. Those poor cats up there. I hope they get out of there. We must defend them. Defend the kitties. Oh no, it's these guys again. I don't like these guys very much. They're mean to me. Also, that is a really hard move to avoid. Okay. Once I take those guys out sensibly. Rockets, you say? Of course I want to use rockets, why wouldn't I? I'm not insane. Oopsie. Yes. I like playing this here. We're gonna play this here again. Why? Because punching stuff. Rope. You decide to walk up to me. That was not smart. But you see, I was going to punch you. I'm very good at that. Unfortunately, this lady can take some damage, so we can actually unload all our explosives on the enemy before we die. Scrawny man, I will punch you to death if you come close. That said, being built like a fridge does have the problem of I'm also built like a fridge. It's really hard to avoid stuff. Still on the jungle route. Yes, please. Aww. She's a good one. Want the flamethrower, it's not a very good weapon. I mean, I love flamethrowers, but not in this game. Hyper, you say? Oh, I like this hyper. It is just hyper enough. Oh no, I lost that for the crappy flamethrower. Yeah, this character does remind me a little bit like of CPO Joshua from 8th MS team. Maybe a little less scary. I like Joshua though, with her gym-headed ground Gundam. I just love the 8th MS team. They were all awesome. Which is why in the radio drama they went up into space. Even though they were piloting ground Gundams that didn't work in space because they were just that popular, they had to keep the series going. Why we got the weird, like, 2 iterations of the Space Easy 8. Which I'm kind of surprised we have not received some kind of obscure model kit. Maybe like a conversion or something. One of those I really like. The blue one. I thought was a really cool design. I've been meaning to find an Easy 8 at some point. I have some ideas for a model kit design I want to try with it. Techniques I'd like to suss out. More spread shot ammo? Yes, please. Alright, I guess the problem with the bazooka is you actually have to hit something with it. Like that. Whoop. I do have to dodge something eventually, I suppose. Wrong button. I'm gonna stick with her. Liking the vibe she's putting down. That's a rocket. This looks like one of the ground Gundam rifles, the one Sanders used. Looks like a Gundam rifle too. You can probably kill a person in one shot, and half the countryside along with it. This is a fun gun. It's like the flamethrower if it was from space and not a piece of crap. Oh, it's this guy again. Oh crap, this is a problem. Again, being built like a fridge. Can't really avoid this guy. I mean, Milky was tiny, she could kind of get around things. So he actually has to use those I-frames to get around stuff. That's an interesting mechanics change, a little bit. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it was neat. Oh god. Ooh. That's a hit you wouldn't want to take. Alright, last time I have to go through this. I've played all the routes. He's got Nunchaku. Yep. Go take care of your daughter. See you later, Rachel. I don't know why the character just waits till nightfall to actually start moving on the plane. It's not like the plane's going to be moving less. I have a lot of health and do a lot of damage. Fear me. Ah. It's our old pal, this guy. Gorilla Man meet Gorilla Mom. Whoopsie. You dare try and punch me? Oh, that animation is funny. Anyway, this has been Shock Troopers, the greatest Neo-Geo game of all time. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, Internet.